Hey there, welcome back to My Yard is My Garage. I'm Bishop and my yard is my garage. Today we're working on our 1969 Charger project car. Today is going to be a monumental day because, hopefully, today I'm going to take that torsion bar box bracket out. I have a brand new un-welding spot peeler thing. So, well, never used one of these. This is going to be interesting. Let's get to this. All right, seconds of wedging it in there.
All right. Wieldy.
Okay. Ah! Yep, one of the old spot welds. Yep, looking down in here, you can definitely see that we're going to need to patch that rocker. All right, so there's four. Let me pull you in here. All right. So you can see we've got these ones in here from the factory. And then up under here, we have 4. You can see I found 3, and then I can't quite squeeze the grinder in on that 4th one over there. It doesn't look like there's any here. The factory really didn't like seam weld this whole thing. They just did spot welds in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like we have 8 along each side. 4 up here, and then there's probably, well, there's probably none over there anymore because that's just all bzzt. So we got these as well on this side. Even though this is mostly gone over here, we have these few that we'll just drill out. All right, so I'm going to be using one of these here. Nico, we'll see. It's graduated drill bit. We'll see how it works.
Two weeks later.
See, technically this doesn't matter. I'm going to be replacing the driver's side floor pan, and really I'm just going to snip it about here. And so I am kind of wasting my time taking these welds out, but I don't have my snipper now, so I can't just go like this and snip that out. But if you did want to take out your your welds, you could do that. Just sand it or grind it just enough so you can see where the welds are, drill them out, and then it should just pry up from underneath. So I'm going to continue on this other side, and I'm going to get my snipper ordered so I can come in here and just go and just cut that part out right there and be done with it. All right, here's our center console. You can see the 4 spot welds we got to take out. 1, 2, 3, and the last one is way under there, 4. So I'm going to have to get kind of maybe a longer drill and drill those out. All right, well, at least those two are through. All right, that one's drilled out. All right, so I'm just guessing on this that I drill down to about the depth of the teeth, and then I should be able to knock it out with a chisel. or some other means, I'm guessing. I did not watch the video on the approved way on how to do this. I'm just going for it. All right, let me bring you in here so you can see kind of what these look like. You can see they're kind of deep in there. Oh, you can see right through there. Nice. Well, pulling in closer, we can see we've got some damage to the rocker panel along here, especially in this area where the torsion bar bracket comes in and it's welded, and then it's welded on the inside on a couple of small edges. But wow. Yeah, you can clearly see, we can see into the rocker panel. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to take, well, the remnants of the torsion bar bracket out. Then we're going to have to patch on that side and all along on this side on the inside here, and make those rocker panels solid before we even consider putting the new torsion bar bracket in. I'd also like to cut out the bad parts over here so we can clean all the frame edging up, so when we put our torsion bar bracket in, we can weld up to a nice clean edge of our frame. I've seen the underside of the frame over here. It doesn't look too terrible, so we should be able to clean that up and weld that as well without too much patching. All right. So we have somebody backing up around here, so there's beeping. So let's just take a look. This is where the torsion bar bracket should be, but it is not. Only parts of it are. You can see that it's kind of missing from the other side over there. We've seen this many times. So I've come up here and I've undone all the spot welds. So now we'll see if we can't shoot our air chisel in here and try to take the rest of this out. And if I need extra light, I know you do. All right. Really should take this gas line out of here.
Weeks later.
All right, well, I've gotten to this. Certainly, it looks like the only piece of metal that's actually holding is the lip off this frame. So I'm going to have to cut in here with a hacksaw and cut through this down to the bottom there. And then the whole thing should just fall out. Woohoo! Whew. All right, well, that was a lot of effort today. We got most, if not all, of the welds separated. Now we just have one little bit where it's hanging on to part of the old front frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. Take a break. We've got sunset coming here pretty soon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and button up the car for tonight. If it'll cooperate here. I'm just gonna button up things tonight. Thanks for coming along. Hopefully we can get a decent charge on our battery operated hacksaw. Yeah. Cut through the last bit of the old torsion bar support bracket, and it'll drop out of there. Thanks for coming along. This has been a fun ride. This is part one, so technically I'm going to get this up here so people can kind of see what's going on. We'll get part two rolling here probably tomorrow or next week, and see if we can't start fighting putting the new one back in. All right, thanks for dropping by. This yard is my garage. We'll see you next time.